Hey, welcome back to Bimblebit. I'm Damian.
I'm Andy.
And we're just two guys shooting the shit about Bitcoin. Wherever you're joining us from, Nostr or YouTube, thank you for your continued support and welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard, and thank you for wherever you're watching us from around the world. Welcome aboard.
They always say that when you go on the Love Boat, right? Welcome aboard. Well, how about the USS Strategy with Captain Saylor? At it again.
At it again. Always adoption. It's unbelievable.
Awesome.
Yeah, I know.
It's a lot for one person, though. But
right?
I mean, it's an entity. It's not him.
But when you just continue to buy, whether it's up or down, and it has been all over the place for this last month or so, right?
Like
we
Palm.
can all agree with that. But he continues to buy. What do you get? Another 245?
Yeah, exactly right.
245.
You memorized that.
$26 million or something like that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't stop.
No.
It wasn't as much as his last purchase, but every little bit counts, right?
The last one was the biggest, 10,000.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like all in. There you go.
Yeah, and it just doesn't stop.
No.
And there are many others.
Yeah, like Metaplanet. I love this story because my life has revolved around 11/11 and 1/11 forever. Ended up, getting married on November 11th at 11/11, my license plate. So I look at this story out of Metaplanet. They now own 1,111 Bitcoin. So that brings their total up to 11,111.
Gotta love that.
Love those
right?
ones.
Somebody else loves the ones in the 11s.
They
as
are
well,
good numbers. They
right?
are. You're doing the right thing. Business is good. Good luck, prosperity, angels. It's awesome.
It's wonderful.
So I love that story.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew you would. I knew you would. The 1-1 guy.
I'm easily amused.
And hey, what about the state of Texas, right? Because they finally approved their Bitcoin reserve, and they're about to spend $10 million in public funds to start their stash.
It's a good thing they're getting on board now because the time is going to come where they're not going to be able to do that.
Yeah, and first state to do so, right?
Yeah.
I know there's about 3 behind them. They've got 1 or 2 more steps to take, but it's all starting, right? It's all starting state by state by state. They had to go through their programs and their processes, and they're doing that. Some say no later. Some say yes, let's move. But Texas is the first mover.
I feel bad for the stragglers. Sometimes you got to learn the hard way, right? But it's not too late. Just keep on going, okay?
Yeah.
Canadian company is in the news, and I love this story too because we always talk about shit coins. Excuse me. And so this is Vancouver-based Digital Commodities. They're going to do a long-term BTC acquisition plan. It has started already, and they announced that they have completed their conversion of all of their XRP to Bitcoin. So they now own 2 whole Bitcoin, and they said that's their commitment to building a long-term exposure to premier digital assets. I'm sorry, there is one premier digital asset, and that's what brings us all here. Right. So good for them, 2 Bitcoin. They all started with 1 or 2. It's a start.
And we've gone over this in episodes prior, how they started with a small buy, and they have a projection of where they want to be at a certain time. Here's another one. How about our friend Anthony Pompliano?
That's
Everybody
a tough one, eh?
Anthony Pompliano. Well, he just unveiled a $1 billion merger with his company ProCap, and merged it with a Columbus Circle Capital Corp and created a SPAC. And a SPAC is a special purpose acquisition fund that is created so that the investors that invest in this SPAC, they can determine where they want to make their money from and how they're going to use that money. And so he has developed another tool, another company, to acquire a boatload of Bitcoin. This is unbelievable. And Anthony Pompliano is so well known. Major shout out to you, Anthony, because he has been talking about Bitcoin and being on shows, major contributor to CNN News now on the Bitcoin area. So, I mean, this guy's saying, okay, we're doing good, but let's do even better. So good for you, Anthony.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to lock ourselves in at our blockchain height, 902,468, courtesy of our friends at timechaincalendar.com. And we've got our node next door. You're checking it out, watching it. Want to remind you about our Adopt a Node program. We want to get more nodes out there securing the network. There's about 20,000 right now.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with having a worldwide.
Yeah.
So we would like to get a few more. So we have one up and running, and this is an opportunity for you to avoid all the hassle, the security issues, is to adopt a node through us. So make sure you get on our site, Bimblebit.com, and you can check out the QR code down below, and you can use that to actually donate to our cause. And every time we get the funds to put a node together, we are going to do it. And if you are fortunate enough to be part of that team, we're going to get your name on our Bimblebit registry for adopt a node.
Absolutely, yeah. You will get credit and say, hey, look, we're a part. We see what you're doing, and we need more nodes out there. We always need more nodes out there, especially as the network grows, and especially what's going to happen over the next, I'm sure, 12 months or so. It's going to get crazy again, right? So you need those nodes, right? So if you want to, chip in and help us build more nodes and get recognition for it, and we'll take care of everything, please do so. It's going to be a fun project as we move forward.
And I think it's needed. That's why we're doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So, while we're talking about predictions, because the price is 12 months from now, who knows? Well, let's cover a couple of those.
Okay.
Now, historical BTC cycles suggest that 2025 could see about 120% rally, and this is according to whales accumulating while retail is holding, and according to multiple on-chain analysts and models, Bitcoin could be on track to reach 205,000 by the end of 2025. Okay, that's a good one. But then we got this other one, could break over 100,000, right? But one major investor, Arthur Hayes, he even thinks that Bitcoin price could rise in the next 3.5 years to $1 million a Bitcoin.
And that's kind of in line with ARK, with Kathy, right?
Yep, bang on.
She's saying not this cycle it'll be $1 million, but the next cycle. But she puts this cycle that, between 300,000 and 500,000 on this cycle that we're currently
by the end
in
of
right
2025.
Now. So I mean that in itself is something, and you could see how with the 4-year cycles that would make sense, right?
Right.
If you're $500,000 this year, you should be at least $1 million, 4 years from now. And I say these numbers are all extremely low. I don't think people are braced and ready to see what's going to happen. Even this year, I don't think people are ready to see what's going to happen. But you wait, we've never had this kind of adoption rate ever before in history.
It's on fire.
It's huge, right? So, no, I think all of those numbers, quite frankly, are low.
Low?
Low.
Okay. Well, I really like that.
I think they're low. I think we have no idea what's about to happen, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
I would agree. Time now for Tales from the Crypto. Man, it just gets better and better every time.
We're getting good. We're getting... the BitcoinMaximalists.com have this great new Bitcoin board game.
Yeah.
And if you take a look at it, very nice. I mean, I'm sure Jay will put something up, our guy behind the scenes. But just the way it's presented in this beautiful case, and even on the top of the case, it's got a beautiful kind of gold black Satoshi face.
Yeah, the V for Vendetta mask.
I'm sure Jay can put that up. But this was just introduced at the last Bitcoin conference in Vegas, right?
We met this man and his family who had put together this Bitcoin game, and it is amazing. From buying, selling, holding, the whole 9 yards is on there. But you open it up, and it's got tons of Bitcoins in there that you can play and buy.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing.
Yeah.
From start to current. That board game
ironically, you've got 210 Bitcoins in there.
Yeah.
That's
so
funny,
he launched the game, and he had a special edition leather case. It was absolutely beautiful. So the Bitcoin Maximalists with an S.com.
With the QR code right there.
Yeah, you can check it out.
You can check out the QR code. And I have to get one of these. I have to get one of those.
Well, I'll tell you right now, it was about $275 US.
But I mean, it's a good-looking game.
Look, right here.
For a good cause. We're helping the BitcoinMaximalists.com.
It said it right here. First launch was right at the conference. So, I mean, something special. And what they were selling was the first editions. Do they have any more? I don't know. But if you like it, check it out. The BitcoinMaximalists.com.
Right.
All right, let's find out what's going on around the world of Bitcoin. Let's bring up that really fancy event music we got. All right, it's coming up this Friday. It is right around the corner if you're in the Calgary area. The SAT market is back. We have attended this event a few times, and it's so much fun.
I'll be there.
Friday, June 27th from 4 until 9 at the White Diamond Center. We are expecting to see maybe some of the speakers that are going to be at the Bitcoin Rodeo, which follows shortly after that.
Yeah.
That is the 28th and 29th of June, so the weekend right after the Friday. But we're hoping
I know at least 2 of those speakers that'll be there on Friday night are going to be at the Bitcoin Rodeo.
Yeah.
Probably more, but I know at least 2.
So before you go, make sure you throw some of your Satoshis over to your wallet so you can do some quick lightning, because they got lots of cool stuff, beef jerky and cookies.
Yeah.
Did I mention cookies? I mean, lots of really cool stuff there. We've talked about them in the show before, making all these really cool little wallets, and I mean, people's creativity is amazing. Yeah.
Billy Bitcoin,
Yeah.
right there.
I
That
mean,
was
that's-
from one of the shows.
I do like him with hair, but
Yeah, well,
it's
we'll see
neither
if we
here
can
nor
get,
hair.
we'll see if we can get somebody on there.
All right, so we've got the SAT market this Friday, the Bitcoin Rodeo happening on the weekend. Following that is the greatest outdoor show on earth, the Calgary Stampede, July 4th to the 15th. But it keeps on going. We've got Bitcoin Asia, who announced
Free to the
admission.
public. Free to the public.
There are bigger things you can get, right?
Yeah.
Bigger packages for
Yes.
whales and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you want to go, and we encourage you to go, please go. Konnichiwa, go see. This is happening in Hong Kong, the 28th and 29th of August. Free admission. I just love that.
Yeah.
And then way off in October, we've got the Bitcoiners for Bitcoiners in Montreal. We'll talk a little more about that as we get closer to it. But it is exciting to see so many different things going on in the world of Bitcoin. We'll do our best to keep you up and in the loop on stuff. And if you have a special event, please let us know. We want to talk about it. Bimblebit.com. Shoot us the info and we'll get it on there for you, okay? I'm Damian.
I'm Andy.
And we're just two guys shooting the shit on Bimblebit.
Cheers, mates.